Welcome to JHS Weekly. I'm Skylar Farrell.
And I'm Ethan Bird.
Joplin High School is beeping throughout the day.
JHS reporter Amy Amadon checks out what's causing all the beeps in the halls.
In between teaching her art class, Lacey Santillion is busy scanning. She is a hall monitor and trying to catch students that are tardy to class. In the past, she had to use the honor system and ask for the student's name. Often they would give her the wrong name. Now they get scanned with a new code.
It's definitely become a lot easier for teachers. We used to have to write on the paper and then hang it up by the door, but now the electronic form just allows us to scan in the students, and it automatically puts their student ID number on there.
And with everything, there are some bugs to work out.
Challenges for the new process is just making sure the students have the scanning code.
So, where is the best place to keep the barcode?
Easily accessible, so somewhere like on your phone or on your computer, just somewhere where you can have bring it out really quickly so then you can scan it.
How many people does she tardy after the 5-minute period passing?
Depends. Some days there's only one person, some days there's 4 or 5, but overall less than 5 minutes.
In the past, students would give the wrong name if they were tardy swept. Now they can't fake it because their number on the computer is tied to their name.
My favorite part of the process is probably finding out those students have been using fake numbers this whole entire year. So figuring out those students, and they can no longer give us fake numbers because it automatically attaches to their name.
Kylie Praler is a senior and has been tardy swept a few times. She is not a fan of the new system.
It's easy to lose, and it'd just be easier if everyone had to have their IDs.
But she says some students try to hide their numbers on the computers to fight the system.
Some kids I've seen taped them to the computer, but that doesn't make sense for targeting if it's on your computer. I feel like you should have to keep it in your phone.
Between 30 to 60 students are tardy between each passing period, so make sure you're in your seat and ready to learn when the bell rings. Reporting for JHD, this is Amy Amadon.
Have you ever wondered what goes on beyond the lunchtime?
Reporter Shay Izmoilova has an inside scoop on Joplin High School's cafeteria life.
Serving thousands of students daily is not a small task, but what does it take to keep everything running smoothly at the Joplin High School cafeteria? I spoke with Brandy Levitt. She's the cafeteria manager, and she says the day starts off the same, but she never knows how it will end.
As a manager, I'm here about 6 o'clock in the morning. We get breakfast started cooking and get served at 8 o'clock. The most challenging part of my job as a manager is I want to call it my crystal ball. I never know exactly how many students are going to eat or what you guys are going to eat.
What makes working in the cafeteria rewarding for her?
I enjoy my crew, and I enjoy you guys coming in and being polite and telling us how much you like our stuff.
David Reed also works in the cafeteria and says they make a variety of food options.
See fries, we got burgers, chicken sandwiches, wraps, salads. Whatever you want in Joplin High School, pizza. You can get it all here.
The students say they love having lots of options.
Appreciative of the school cafeteria and the people working in it because they make really good food for an affordable price that I can get easily.
But they do have opinions of what they would like to see during lunch.
We should have some juice options with the milk that just come with the lunch instead of having to pay $1.75 more.
Lunchtime isn't just about food. It's a chance for students to relax, connect, and recharge. Now, you've had a glimpse into cafeteria life at Joplin High School. Reporting for JHD, this is Shahlo Ismailova.
I really appreciate our cafeteria ladies. They put in a lot of work to provide us that stuff.
Yeah, they get up every morning and cook the breakfast, and then they do it again at lunchtime.
Yeah, it's super impressive, especially with the thousands of kids that are here.
Yeah, they must be so busy every day.
Yeah. If you weren't happy with your recent ACT score, there's a class that can help raise it.
JHD reporter Zane Tabia takes us to the class to see how they do it.
Many colleges are looking for students with good academic scores on their ACTs. There is a class at Joplin High School that will help you prepare for the test. Senior Adam Bayer took it, and he says it helped him a lot.
If you want to get better at improving your ACT, you come in and it's all self-driven. And doing that, every day you come in, do a different subject, math, reading, or English.
Adam thinks more students should take the class so they can help get their scores up.
and it's really just about putting in the effort to increase your ACT score. You work on critical thinking skills, critical testing skills, and both of those combine together to help improve your ACT.
Karen Fritzmans and Bethany Schultz both teach the class, and they noticed the ACT scores go up.
Without a doubt. Mrs. Schultz and I have a passion to help these students improve their ACT scores. We have so many tips and tricks and different things that we can help them to see how they can improve their score.
And the teachers say the more you practice, the better you get at taking the class.
Because it takes practice to implement some of the skills and practicing things that we do. If they practice it, they're more comfortable with it. It helps them to be faster, think quicker.
This year, there were only 20 students in the ACT exam prep class.
And they hope to increase that number. The class is available for juniors and seniors. You can sign up now for next school year to help get your score up. Reporting for JHS, this is Zane Tavia.
It's important that incoming freshmen know what to expect at Joplin High School.
I got to go to one of the school tours and see what they learned. Buses from all 3 Joplin middle schools lined up at the high school for tours to learn what they need to know for the future. Coach Brian Cox says it will show the kids what they can expect next year.
Well, it's to get our middle schoolers familiar with Joplin High School and showing them all of the great things we have to offer here for our students.
One of the incoming freshmen, Lennox Benfield, says the tours are helpful to know where everything is so he isn't lost on the first day.
See like the way it's laid out and stuff because it's like pretty big. So.
Coach Cox says there is research to back up peer-to-peer conversations.
Yeah, there's a lot of studies that say, you know, if peers help peers, and that's kind of what our Fusion program is, they're more apt to, you know, pay attention and to remember some of those things.
The middle schoolers got to explore almost all of the school, from the FTC to the PAC. Reporting for JHD, I'm Skylar Farrell.
If you know R2-D2, the Terminator, or WALL-E, then you're a fan of robots.
Well, there's a class where you could build them. JHD reporter Liberty Wright takes us to a class where you could build the next famous robot.
The robotics class is a class you can take to become a better engineer. Taryn Gilbert is the teacher for this robotics class, and she says the students love it.
So I'm second year in the PLTW program. So what we do is we focus on whatever they learned from their first year, and we're just adding to their toolbox on how to become better engineers.
Coding is also an important part of engineering with the robotics lesson.
Why it's important is because whatever field they choose to go into, if there's anything that has to deal with them building anything that has to do with robotics in that field, they would have to know how to code that from scratch.
Taking the class will look good if you're applying to engineering colleges.
We offer what's known as PLTW, so it is a 4-year program, and it's going to provide them with so much learning of engineering that when they go to college, a lot of colleges know that's the program they want to look for when they get students into their program.
Ethan Tootin is taking the engineering class, and there are some problems they come across.
It's partly on our fault, but we kind of like went into it with sort of a plan, but we didn't have plans for everything. A lot of things were thrown together as we were making it, especially in the middle where the wings are. We didn't realize until everything was built that the wings had to we didn't have any parts to make the wings stable.
And students say it's a memorable class.
This class has probably been like one of the best classes, and I encourage other people to take it because of that. It's very interactive, so if you're not one that learns from like lessons or packets or papers, it's really good. You build a lot of stuff. Like I would say a majority of the time you spend in this class, it's going to be making something. Right after you get done making one project, disassemble it and you make another one.
And the teachers say keeping your cool is important because not every robot turns out to be Optimus Prime. Rolling out for JHD, I am Liberty Wright.
Those robots were super cool.
Yeah, they were. I'm actually taking engineering next year, so I hope I could build some of those.
Oh, that's fun. I've always wondered what goes into that, so
yeah,
let me know.
It's a lot of coding and building and just putting together parts.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Peanuts and Charlie Brown, you don't want to miss the upcoming show from the JHS Theater Department.
JHD reporter Alex Ruprecht shows us how the auditions are going.
About 30 people auditioned to be in the upcoming play, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. I got the chance to interview Ashley Trotnick and ask her why she picked Charlie Brown.
We chose Your Good Man Charlie Brown because it's a fun, light show that's like really family friendly, and it'll be like the kids will like it. It's just good energy.
And how exactly do they do these auditions?
Auditions are a little more in depth, so you have to be able to sing, dance, and act. So we look for people who can do those things or a combination of those things.
Good thing I found someone who can do all three of these things. James Wheeler is a sophomore at JHS, and he is auditioning for the lead role.
When I go into auditions, I put on my form usually anybody. This one I did put Charlie Brown, but when I'm auditioning, I'm really auditioning just to get a part in general.
And he says he's excited for this show for several reasons.
I have a lot of great friends who are in this cast, and I'm making new ones, and everyone is just so kind and talented, and I can't wait to work with them more and more as we keep going.
They have already released the results for those who made it in. If you have a friend who made it in, make sure to congratulate them. Reporting for JHD, I'm Alexander Ruprecht.
I'm actually in that show.
Really? How far along are you guys?
We're learning all like the musical stuff right now. I'm actually Linus in the show.
Really? I might have to check that out when you're done with it.
Yeah, we it's sometime in April. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We were out for several days due to snow.
JHS reporter Lucas Downey hits the road to see what snow looked like throughout the town.
This has been JHS Weekly.
Thanks for watching.